Imagine a man who owned the world. He held 300 million sesterces, the equivalent of billions today. He owned 500 tables of ivory and rare wood. He was the right hand of the most powerful and insane man on earth, Emperor Nero. This was Lucius Annaeus Seneca, the wealthiest philosopher in history, and the most criticized. His contemporaries spat at his name, calling him a hypocrite. How can you preach asceticism while living in a palace? But while Rome choked on its own excess, Seneca performed a ritual every night that drove his servants mad. He left his golden bedroom to sleep on a hard mat, eating nothing but dry bread and drinking only water from a stream. He wasn't playing at being poor. He was training his soul for the inevitable. He knew a secret we still struggle to understand. The more things you own, the more masters you have. Seneca was not born into gold. He was forged in the isolation of Corsica, 8 years of exile, surrounded by nothing but rocks and the sound of the sea. When he was called back to Rome, it wasn't for peace. It was to mentor a monster, a young boy named Nero. Seneca became the architect of the empire. For 5 years, he was the shadow ruler of the world. But power has a price that gold cannot pay. He watched Nero descend into madness. He wrote the speeches that justified murder. He was a philosopher trapped in a slaughterhouse. Why does this matter to you now? Because we live in an era of soft slavery. Your chains are your status, your debts, and your fear of losing comfort. Seneca proposed a radical cure, Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. He practiced losing everything before the world could take it. Once a month, live as a beggar. Wear your oldest clothes. Sleep on the floor. Ask yourself, is this what I was so afraid of? Stoicism isn't about having no emotions. It's about having no dependencies. A rich man who fears bankruptcy is poorer than a beggar who asks for nothing. Year 65 AD, Nero's paranoia has reached its peak. The order has been delivered. Seneca must die. His friends wept, but Seneca only smiled and asked, "Where is your philosophy now? Where are the years of training against the blows of fate?" His death was slow, but there was no fear. He proved with his blood that a tyrant can take your body, but he cannot take your mind. Are you afraid of losing your world? Or are you afraid of finding out who you are without it? Leave the fear. Become the master of your own empire. The empire is just beginning to rise. If you want more of these journeys, show your support. Like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Are you ready?